What's up, guys? Before we jump into today's video, I just want to announce a giveaway on my Instagram. I'm giving away the Fear of God moccasin right here, totally free, and rules are super easy to enter. All you got to do is follow me on Instagram at BryceKicks. Look out for this photo right over here, like that photo, and tag 3 friends. So those are all the rules. Good luck, guys. So part of being a sneakerhead is buying, selling, trading shoes. But what happens when you sell a shoe and down the road you end up regretting it? Well, in today's video, that's exactly what we are going to be talking about. 5 shoes that I regret letting go, or 5 shoes that I regret selling. So let's start off with number 1, which is the Olympic Air Jordan 6. This shoe came out in 2012. I waited in line to get them at a local boutique in Toronto with my good buddy Kadeem, and I was really ecstatic to get the shoe. In fact, I actually bought 2 pairs of them, one to sort of resell and one to wear, right? One to stock, one to rock kind of deal. So one of the shoes I ended up selling, and then I had the second pair that I could wear myself. So here's actually a photo right here of me wearing the shoe. I was actually on my way to a concert. It was a Mac Miller and Wiz Khalifa concert, so RIP Mac Miller. And this was just a fun time in my life. I was just going into university. I was, I started working and saving up money so that I could buy shoes sort of, when I wanted to. So the reason why that I ended up selling these was for the dumbest reason, and you'll find this pretty common on this list as well. As I think like a buddy of mine had invited me over to his place in school to party, so I think I needed money to buy alcohol or something like that. So the dumbest reason ever. So I ended up selling the shoes so that I could have a little bit of spending money. And of course, today is definitely something that I wish I still had, especially coming off of that Last Dance documentary where one of the episodes was dedicated to the Olympics. So seeing Jordan play in that Olympic 6 colorway, it just sort of made me jealous and made me wish that I had this shoe back. But either way, it's still something that is still pretty attainable. I'm sure it'll re-release at some point, right? It being one of the more famous Air Jordan 6 colorways. But either way, for shoe number 1, we are talking about the Air Jordan 6 in the Olympic colorway. So let's move on to number 2. Moving forward with number 2 is the Air Jordan 10 in the Chicago colorway. A really fun story of how I picked these up. So same thing, got them in 2012, but this time I actually got them in Spain. So in 2012, when I was in grade 12, I went on a school trip to go over to Europe. So we went to Spain and England. So when I was in Spain, of course, the first opportunity that I had to go shopping, I was running to Foot Locker, and lo and behold, when you walked inside of the Foot Locker, there was an entire wall dedicated of Jordan. So there was all kinds of retros that were still sitting on shelves, and the reason is because back at that time in 2012, Jordans weren't as popular in Europe yet. So when I went in there was Bordeaux 7s, there was the Air Jordan 10 Chicago, and a bunch of other colorways. So luckily the Air Jordan 10 was one of the only shoes that they had in my size, so I ended up picking those up, and I really was excited to wear them. I wore them in when I went back to school, and I was in, we had Civvies Day was what it was called, where you could dress casually because at school we had to wear a uniform, and so I was wearing them at school. People starting conversations with people, and that was one of the first real Air Jordan retros that I ended up picking up. And the fact that I bought them in Spain, it kind of had a little story to them, and something that I was sort of special to me. So I wanted to hang on to those, but somewhere along the line, like my passion for the thing just sort of faded, and I think it was around 2014 or so that I ended up selling these, and is one of the regrets that I have today. It is such a classic colorway, and like I said for the first shoe, coming off of the Last Dance documentary, it has been a mission of mine to get every single OG Air Jordan colorway. So despite Jordan not actually wearing these on court, it is still part of the legacy, and definitely something that I want to get back to. So for number 2, we are talking about the Air Jordan 10 in the Chicago colorway. So for number 3, we are actually talking about a basketball shoe, and the Kobe 8 in the red camo colorway. Overall, this is just a great shoe, and is regarded as one of the best basketball sneakers, particularly the low tops, to have come out. I remember Kick Genius and all those other guys doing reviews on these and just speaking so highly of them. And so, not that I'm much of a basketball player today, this is still a shoe that I would love to have in my collection. Number 1 is because it just looks great. The Kobe 8s are probably my favorite Kobe. Kobe to come out, along with some of the, I would say about the 6s or the 5s, but either way, the Kobe 8s, amazing shoe. That engineered mesh in the lunar lawn combo is just so comfortable, and you know what, you can use this as a gym shoe, you can use this as a running shoe even. It is just a really incredible shoe, and from a design standpoint, they hit it over the head. Tons of great colorways that they came out with this shoe. So overall, the Kobe 8 is probably my favorite basketball sneaker, and because of his tragic passing this year, you know what, it makes me even more nostalgic and have an appreciation for the Kobe line, and so naturally this is just a shoe that I would want to get back. So for number 4 on this list, we are talking about another Air Jordan. This time it is the 5s, and it is probably one of the more sentimental shoes that I have on this list. We are talking about the Air Jordan 5 in the Wolf Gray colorway. So for those of you that don't know, this is literally the very first retro Jordan that I ever bought. It's not my first Jordan that I ever got. First couple were Team Jordans, just because I wasn't really up on sneakers in that sort of way. So that was back in 2007 when I started buying you know, Air Jordans, but my first pair of retros was this shoe right here. And what I ended up doing is they actually didn't fit me too well. They were a half a size too big, and my cousin had actually gifted these to me. So for me, it was something that I was super appreciative of, and he basically was just one day like, here you go, here's a pair of, you know, Air Jordan 5. So I was totally blown away, and I used to take photos of them. I was big on BBM at the time, so I was literally had it as like my BBM picture. For those of you who don't know, that's BlackBerry Messenger. Some of you are literally too young to know what a BlackBerry is, but either way, that's not the point. The Wolf Gray Air Jordan 5, first retro that I ever got, and it was just a great shoe overall. The premium suede and nubuck that they had on the you know, the main structure of the shoe was just really high quality. The problem was, and everybody who owns a pair of Wolf Grays knows this, is that the yellowing was so bad on these, like so bad. So when these shoes first came out and they were in pristine condition with that translucent outsole, they were a beautiful shoe, but unfortunately yellowing was really bad on these, and it sort of killed the whole vibe of the shoe. So what I ended up doing was I ended up selling them online, and I instead got the Air Jordan 7 in the Raptor colorway. I kind of did a trade for them. So in my opinion, I still think that it was a good trade, just because, you know, especially being from Toronto, the Raptor colorway is just one of the best. But either way, sad to let them go because it was my first, and now I can't say that I own my first pair of retros, but either way, a sort of a fair trade-off given the fact that I was able to get the Raptor 7s. Alright, so the last shoe on this list is the Air Max 1 in the Jewel Swoosh colorway. This is the red version, and overall, since it's summertime, this is just a great summer shoe, and my passion and love for Air Max 1s is growing, and so this is definitely a shoe that I would like to have back. I actually picked these up at a Nike outlet for I think around $60 or $70, and so what I did is, the reason why I sold it is I was doing research on the shoe, and I noticed that they were going online for at least like $120, $130, $140. So for me, it was just one of those things where, hey, I could get, you know, a quick $60 on these. So that's kind of what happened. I posted them on Facebook Marketplace, and someone hit me up, and we sold it. He was really appreciative that I was selling him the shoe, and I was just happy that he was buying it, right? So you know, it was a fair trade, and he was an Air Max collector, so it's good to, you know, at least pass it off to another Air Max collector. But you know what, given that it's summertime right now, and this is just a clean shoe with the white and the red with the translucent outsole, it's just really killer shoe, and the quality of the leather was really good. In fact, I think I featured these. I don't know if I still have the video posted, but this was in one of my first like pickups video, like my clothing sneaker hauls that I had ever posted back in the day. So you know what, like I said, sad to see these go, given that there's such a clean colorway and it's great for summertime. But hey, you know what, at the time, you know, I wasn't too mad about it. It's not like something super sentimental, and you guys know I'm a big Jordan guy, so it's not like I got rid of a pair of J's, but you know what, I would still love to have these back. Alright guys, so let me know in the comments what your biggest sneaker regret is, what shoe you regret selling. Let me know in the comments. I'm always replying to you guys, so you know, don't forget that I will get back to you. And the fun isn't over, guys. I have another video right here, an entire playlist of how to style videos where you can learn how to style sneakers with clothing. I'm sure you guys already know if you're subscribed to the channel. So why don't we click on that video right over there and I'll meet you guys there. Let's go.